Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Scottish News Network News Report. I'm your host, King PJ. Now, another war has broken out between the Dukedom of Kilberry and the Dukedom of Pittenweem. It was declared late Sunday night by the Duke of Kilberry, Sal, which is, honestly, I'm not surprised. This is the third time that's happened between these two dukedoms, which Kilberry used to be known as Rosemarkie before, and Pittenweem as Falkirk. So this will be the third rematch between the two. And last time, Pittenweem mopped up Kilberry without much issue. But Kilberry is coming off of a recent war win against the Dukedom of Hytale, gaining Elgin. This is what we know pre-war. Pittenweem has a total of 7 soldiers available for use, which is Doom, Chexter, Sandwich, Chris, CS, Pug, and Space Frog. In contrast, Kilberry has 4 troops in their force, which is PJ, Blaze, Glass, and Sal. Both have a lot of talent in their roster, but Pittenweem has 4 majors, and the highest rank on the Kilberry team being the king himself, and 1 major supporting, meaning tactically their advantage is larger against the Dukedom of Kilberry. So we shall see how this war turns out. We will take you over to see some footage, and we will be reporting on it as it happens. Now, as you can see, we have footage from the king himself. Now let's talk about this war. This is a David versus Goliath situation with a lot of high-ranked soldiers fighting a few soldiers of Kilberry. And as we can see, this is not exactly a balanced situation with, if I remember correctly, 4 majors swinging up against the king, a major, a captain, and a lieutenant. Now, if you want to understand how bad that is like, what's the best way to put it? America, when they invaded Iraq, a lot of great minds against people that didn't even know what was coming. But we have this situation with the first engagement breaking out near Elgin between PJ, Space Frog, Chexter, and Chris. PJ and Space traded kills on horses. Then Chexter and Chris arrived with PJ killing Chris, and then Space and Chexter disengaging. This battle was long due to PJ's natural offensive nature and overwhelming his opponents, even when it was a 3v1 situation. And as you can see on the screen, Space fell back, and until he got reinforcements, Space was on the retreat, having him drop back here. And PJ immediately back on the offensive. There is no break. He's targeting down one person, hoping to drain one, then handle the next, with PJ absolutely murdering Chris, and a smart web placement to slow PJ down, but nobody taking advantage of the opportunity to take the kill, and PJ draining down on Chris, killing him. Soon after, Chexter and Space Frog disengages from the battle, with PJ hunting down Chexter. Now, the end part of this duel ends near the city of Dundee, which was constructed by Duck Blaze, the grandchild of the king, which, if anybody remembers the Dukedom of Dundee, great place. But the final battle ended here, between PJ and Chexter, deciding the fate of Dundee, having it fall to Kilberry forces. Soon after, Falkirk was peacefully taken, as we'll see shortly within the video, by Glass and PJ. And as Falkirk fell, Space, Doom, CS, and Sandwich attacked Kilberry against Blaze, Sal, and Glass. Glass held a 2v1 and managed to survive, with Blaze cleaning up Doom and CS before engaging Sandwich and Space, killing both with the assistance of Glass. Blaze totaled up 4 kills by the end of the Battle of Kilberry, with Glass assisting with 2. As the Battle of Kilberry was happening, PJ was making his way to the city of Pittenweem to secure that, since that is the Dukedom of Pittenweem's capital. And, since it is its namesake. And we saw an interesting trip there as the battle was breaking out, and Glass rushed back from Falkirk to go assist his brothers in arms. And PJ was making his way to Pittenweem to secure and deal with anybody. And at the time, communication was narrow and unwitting to the other, which made it where PJ thought he was taking on a minimum of a 3v1 to take Pittenweem. Little did he know he was in a pleasant surprise, could you say. It's the best way to put it. But as we can see, this is the last stand of Chexter, with him missing instant damage pots back and forth, and PJ is just hunting him down. It is literally a predator against prey right here. It is horrifying. Chexter keeps on using those potions just so he has a better chance of survival, but there's not much you can do once you're in the sights. And we'll see him get cleaned up right here with a 1-2, ending his life. Now, as we can see, the capture of Falkirk was nice, peaceful, swift by Glass and PJ after PJ scouted it out earlier, and it was deemed clear. And as Falkirk was officially taken, that's when the raid started in Kilberry, which is the reason why you see PJ splitting off from Glass and arriving at Pittenweem. Now, Pug happened to be the only defender of Pittenweem at the time, which, as you can see here in a second, PJ perfectly sneaks by, right under. And as you can see, Pug's up there, and his father's right below him. And this battle was quick, swift, and not much. But as the Battle of Kilberry ended, the Battle of Pittenweem and the Battle of Elgin and Dundee were all concluded, the war was over, with the Duke C.S. Mallory surrendering right after the round finished. The Kilberry forces erupted with celebrations due to their titanic victory over Pittenweem. A 7-4 victory for the little guy, with Blaze getting 4 kills, PJ had 3, and Glass with 2 assists. Sal had tears of joy of surviving a horrible situation with a great victory. And we'll watch this kill real quick. 2 jumps. PJ gets shot once, and the engagement begins with PJ just going in and absolutely finishing off his son. With the war over and all battles finished, the Dukedom of Pittenweem will be giving up £750,000 and the city of Falkirk to Kilberry, and a 2-week peace will be established between the two, where neither side can declare war on the other. Now, this war was quite a sight for all of us, and honestly, I'm excited to be able to be the one reporting and telling you about this, because this was truly an amazing feat by the forces of Kilberry. And to see a bunch of people that weren't really in the mainstream now become staples are wonderful things. And this is why we preach by this flag and live by the king. So long live Scotland. God save the king. I'm your host, King PJ, signing out.